Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Thiele, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to recreate a monster movie poster for a watercolor painting. First, you will need a black and white copy of your favorite monster movie poster, and you'll need either a pen or a pencil and watercolor paper to transfer your image onto. I'm going to begin by lining up my watercolor paper and taping it down on one side to the back of my printout so that I know my paper is sized and placed appropriately. Next, I flip aside my watercolor paper and I take a soft pencil and I completely fill the back side of the paper that the monster movie poster was printed onto. So I color in with my pencil very generously and fill in this entire space. This basically creates carbon paper so that I can transfer my image by pressing on the other side with a pen or a pencil to outline my poster. Now I will flip my watercolor paper back so that it is placed on top of the area I colored with pencil, and I will tape it down with masking tape on 4 sides. Before continuing, I advise you to write your name on this paper as well. Next, to transfer your image, you're going to go back to the printout side, and using either a sharpened pencil or a ballpoint pen, you're going to trace over all of the lines you see in the movie poster. I suggest that you start with the most important shapes, like outlining a head, outlining the facial features, outlining any monsters or bold text. And as you can see here, this will press the pencil from the back side of the movie poster onto your watercolor paper, wherever you make those lines. The more lines you draw using this transfer method, the easier it's going to be for you to paint later on. As you can see on the face here, I even outlined different areas of value so that when I start painting, it's going to be really easy for me to see where I need to use different values of color. Some lines might be too small and detailed to transfer, however, like some of the words you see in your poster. If you need to skip some of those things or just write them instead of outlining them, that is completely fine. When you are certain you are finished, you can peel back and check your work. You might even want to just take off 3 of your 4 pieces of tape so that if you need to return to transferring some more, you would not have to line up your paper again. Next, I like to trace all of my pencil lines using Sharpie. The only lines I avoid tracing would be lines that I've transferred just to help give me information for value changes. For my example here, this means the only lines I'm not going to trace with Sharpie are the lines showing the shadows in the face. And when finished, I'll erase all of the pencil from the areas I have placed the Sharpie. And now I'm ready to start painting. When painting your classic movie poster, you want to begin by painting with light layers. To make the watercolor paint lighter, you need to add plenty of water to the paint, and I like to do this in the lid of the paint set. After painting the lightest areas of the face, I then go in with an additional layer of paint. I'm using the same color, but this time I'm using a little less water and more of the paint color. And if I ever get it too dark or too much paint on the paper, I have a paper towel handy to dab up any excess paint or water. Painting a classic movie poster like this is truly an exercise in control, and it's a really great way for you to practice controlling both the value and the amount of paint that you apply. Try using different brushes so that you're finding brushes that work best for the spaces that you're working in. And again, make sure you keep a paper towel handy so that you can control the amount of paint and water on your brush and on the paper at all times. When choosing colors to paint with for your monster movie poster recreation, you can use any colors that you choose. If you want to refer to the original color version of the movie poster, you could search that up and find a reference for those colors. But I again want to encourage you to play with color in whatever way you feel. Just remember again that you want to work from light to dark and build up the paint in translucent layers. One final reminder, when you are finished working any day that you have mixed colors in the lid of your paint set, make sure to take the time to wash that out just using water from your paintbrush and a paper towel.